Hey, it's Lightning 100's Lieutenant Dan, and right now we get to hang out with Rachel Price and Akie from Lake Street Dive. How have you been?
Been pretty good. Thanks.
Yeah, can't complain. I mean, could complain, but won't complain.
Right?
Stand
Yeah.
for it.
Well, no need to complain. This is an exciting time, about to put out a new record. How long has this actually been completed, though? I know, like in a band cycle, and especially right now, things have been sitting on the shelf for a while. How long has this one been done, and how ready are you to get it out there?
It's been done for we're up on a year. We finished it 1 week before we all went into lockdown.
Oh my
And I think we're feeling quite ready to release it.
What's the longest you've ever had a record completed before getting to release it?
That's a good, Bad Self-Portraits. There was some holdups that I won't get into, but that one was a while, much longer.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's interesting. Yeah. So we're here in Nashville, Tennessee, and where are you right now? Currently holed up?
We're both in Brooklyn, I believe. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. Of course, we've had you here a lot of times over the years in Nashville, and Rachel, we know you grew up in Hendersonville. And today actually is the 1 year anniversary of when we got hit with a tornado here in Nashville.
That's right. Yeah, we were in Nashville.
Yeah, that's right.
For the tornado.
You were here in town when that happened? Yeah,
we were recording, and yeah, it was really scary. I woke up to a lot of messages, and learned that it had hit very close to where we were sleeping. We were staying in East Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, wow, that's crazy to think about.
Yeah, and one of our engineers on the session was actually without power for a couple days, right? It wasn't lost.
Yeah, many days. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a slow recovery, with a few weeks later, COVID just locking everything down. Rebuilding has been slow, and the basement east, of course, was hit by the tornado.
Yeah.
And I think I just heard this morning they announced that they're going to be able to open up at least as a socially distant bar in the next this.
Oh, good. That's good to hear. Yeah.
Yeah. We were discussing that, in some ways, I think they may have been better off where a venue that couldn't book shows for a whole year versus a venue that, had insurance money to rebuild during that time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Interesting. Yeah.
I imagine that, the venues in Brooklyn, have you heard much about, that area? Like, they've got to be struggling too.
I haven't heard of any specific ones that have had to close yet. Have you, Akie?
No, I haven't. I don't know of any that have been like shuttered completely, but they're all closed, and
yeah,
and
they're all struggling.
Yeah. It's a scary time for
Yeah.
sure, and it's why I imagine why you've sat on your record for the past year. So finally going to let it get to see the light of day. Obviously, is the new record. It's coming out on the 12th of March. You've been hearing Hypotheticals and Making Do on Lightning 100, and I feel like we kind of pride ourselves over the years of being the Lake Street Dive station. Playing you as much as possible. I've had so much fun playing you on the radio, and seeing you play all the venues in town, and finally getting you on stage at Live on the Green, which was just incredible to get to see you up there. I remember being the first time you played the Ryman, and you gave a shout out to your Hendersonville crew, Rachel.
Yeah.
The folks you grew up. That's got to be extra special, right?
Oh my gosh, super special. I mean, actually my mom works for the Ryman even. So there was like this pride, extra pride, because, she was just like, well, my daughter's playing tonight at the Ryman. But I mean, that's where I went. I saw all my first concerts there. It's like, had some real life-changing moments. I saw Erykah Badu on the Mama's Gun tour at the Ryman when I was like 15. Yeah, exactly. So I was stoked, and I'm always stoked. I mean, I can't believe it.
Rachel and Akie from Lake Street Dive here with us. And we're really excited. We're pretty close. Their record's coming out the 12th of March. Now, this, Akie, you're the newest member of the band, which is always going to be true. Jojo Herman in Widespread Panic, he's been in the band for 25 years. And for so long, he was still thought of as the new guy, even 20 years into it.
I like that moniker. Yeah.
Right.
You feel young.
You went from playing on tour with the band to really becoming a member of the band.
Mm-hmm.
And, can you tell us about your journey becoming part of Lake Street Dive and how great it's been?
It's been wonderful. I'll start with your last question. It's been a delight, but also a whirlwind. I think it was like February of 2017. So it's been 4 years or something like that, but it feels like it's been like a year. We got on the bus. I played my first show. It was terrifying. I was sweating bullets. We were out for like 5 weeks, and then I went home and I was like, okay, we did that. And then I think you guys called and were like, hey, we're going to do Jazz Fest in New Orleans. You want to come to that? And I was like, oh, okay, sure. And then after that, you're like, hey, we're going to go out in July. Do you want to come out and do that? And I was like, yeah, okay. And it just kind of, it was like dating. It was very lovely. It was like, hey, what are you doing in October? Do you want to come out with us? And I was around for making the last record. And then, as we were on tour, we started writing this next record. So it's just been a beautiful experience where I never really was able to stand still and be like, this is happening. It just has been like a beautiful process the whole time throughout.
Rachel, has it been fun having him as a member and kind of being able to do more? I mean, do different things than do before?
It's a dream come true, but it's a dream we never, realized. I was like, oh, we've had this in our subconscious for so long, because we'd always put, instrumentally, we'd always had keys on our records. A lot of people write songs on the piano or something. So, instrumentally, it was an element that I think we always heard in our music, but, I guess there was something very economical to us about the 4-person band, and we didn't even consider. We were like, I don't know. We used to like share one hotel room, and like the girls would sleep in one bed and the boys would sleep in the other. And I think like there was part of us that was like, how does it work? How do you add a 5th member? And but it was super fun, and it's opened everything to us. It's opened up everything to us musically, because Akie writes with us now. He plays 1 keyboard, 3 keyboards, 4 keyboards. He plays organ. He plays synth. So it's a big world, and we also enjoy his company immensely.
On the record, obviously, there's a song called "Same Old News" that you're singing on, Akie, and I love that song. It's
great,
really good, and it does something that the band couldn't do without you. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Absolutely. I mean, the duet for starters, but yeah, I mean that's the song that I'm just speaking for you, Akie.
Please.
So you don't. I'm like, yes. Well, that's Akie's. That's a song that he wrote with McDuck, and I think that that's an Akie Burmese tune. It's got a certain kind of bop that you brought to the band. We didn't have it before.
And I didn't think it was going to be a duet, and then.
Oh right. Well, that was me.
Yeah.
He started singing it to me, and I was like, don't worry, I've got some other parts to sing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I wasn't sure if it was going to be okay to call you the 5th Beatle, but then on Halloween,
yes,
guys did that Beatle cover on the roof. So
yeah, we owned it.
Yeah.
It's which is actually really, really good. I don't know if there's an official release of that song, but
no, it was just our Halloween video.
Yeah. We were also shocked at how great it came out.
We were like, maybe no one will watch this.
So you've had a completed record for the past year, and the world's shut down. Rachel, I know you've spent almost your entire life out on the road. Even before this band, you were, I mean, I think as a teenager, as a kid, touring the world. Has this been, what has this been like for you? Have you had any revelations over these past few months?
Akie, do you want to answer first?
Oh, sure, absolutely. Well, it's been nice to be home. I also was a fairly itinerant person for most of my adult life. It's been nice to be home and also strange. I've never been one place for so long without having to go to school, I guess, or something. So I don't know how to be an adult at home, but I'm doing my best.
Yeah. I miss touring. I definitely didn't know what to do with myself for like a good 6 to 8 months. Felt pretty lost, but I have some hobbies now that I didn't have before, which is nice. And yeah, I'm sort of getting used to it. I have a completely different like bedtime schedule, which is new to me. You know, obviously as a touring musician, I slept late and stayed up late, and I wake up at 6 a.m. It turns out I'm a morning person. I go to bed between 9 and 10. So I don't know. It's an exotic life to be at home and go to bed early.
That's hilarious. It turns out I'm a morning person. That's funny.
Obviously, we're at the beginning of something. I don't expect you to know where it's gonna go, but I believe we might be all doing something, and I just thought maybe you should know. I've been playing out a lot of hypotheticals in my mind. I've been writing your name down next to mine. Been imagining all the things you and I could do. I've seen all the possibilities in my dreams. You're alone when you should really be next to me. Baby, let's not wait and see. Immediate action isn't necessary. It's a fatal attraction. It's a little scary, but I got a plan of attack, and I'll get us to someday soon. I know it. I got a plan A and I got a plan B, and if it's absolutely necessary, we'll go to plan C. Whatever I gotta do to be with you. I've been playing out a lot of hypotheticals in my mind. I've been writing your name down next to mine. Been imagining all the things you and I could do. I've seen all the possibilities in my dreams. You're alone when you should really be next to me. Baby, let's not wait and see. Nobody can see into the future. Even the weatherman gets caught in the rain sometimes. But I see something in you that I've never seen before, and I can't be sure. I know maybe not, but I think it's worth a shot. Hypothetically, yes. Theoretically, forever. We'll see what happens, but I hope we will never be apart. Hypothetically, yes. Theoretically, forever. We'll see what happens, but I hope we will never be apart. Oh, hypothetically, yes. Theoretically, forever. We'll see what happens, but I hope we will never be apart. Hypothetically, yes. Theoretically, forever. We'll see what happens, but I hope we will never be apart.
you've also, I know, Rachel, you've been busy doing different things like with here in Nashville, you were part of Jazz Mania with the Nashville Jazz Workshop. Was that a fun experience?
Yeah, I started taking classes at the Nashville Jazz Workshop when I was 14 or 15, and I loved the classes there. They taught me so much. So I feel, very connected to that school and the work that they're doing.
You also were promoting virtual lessons for actual change. .com. Can you tell us about that? That seems really cool.
Sure. Obviously, the last year has been challenging on a number of levels, but we saw a lot of movement in the sort of like public awareness about equality and justice and racial justice. And we were wondering what we could do from lockdown at home. And I'm not sure whose idea it was originally, but it just organically started the idea of offering lessons where someone would pay for a lesson with someone in the band or something like that. And then we would take the money and donate it to sort of racial justice initiatives. And it became like, it was like such a great idea that we kind of asked other musician friends and people to join in. And now it's kind of going full tilt boogie.
That's really cool. Well, the website that people can check out is virtuallessonsforactualchange.com. One of the things that we're going to do on Monday here at the radio station is celebrate women for it's International Women's Day. We're going to do Women Who Rock and just play women artists all day long. Our local show is only going to play female artists. And I wanted to know each of you, who are the women who rock you? Who are women that you think rock?
Oh my.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Like personally and musically, heroes and friends.
Yeah. What comes to mind when we say women who rock? What pops in your head?
Yeah. My sisters, first and foremost, my sisters and my mom. I've gotten even closer. My sisters and I were super close, but somehow we managed to get closer during this pandemic. We talk a lot more. We have bi-weekly family Zooms. And I think they're both incredible women. And then, the women that I'm super inspired by musically, that's, a super long list. I think about Ella Fitzgerald a lot. I think about Sarah Vaughan and Billie Holiday because they sing in a way that is still completely magical to me, and I think that they were doing it at a time where it wasn't hard to be a woman in any way. So their music is keeps me going.
I'll tack on to that there's many wonderful women in my life, I think, who rock, often keep me sort of on the straight and narrow. Including my younger sister, who's sort of has to act like my older sister frequently. And,
she does have that vibe.
She's like, "Are you drinking water? Are you getting sleep?" And musically, this is serendipitous because Rachel and I sometimes send tunes back and forth to each other. I recently found Aretha Franklin's version of "What a Fool Believes." And just as I was it's bonkers, and it's
I have not heard that.
Me either. I didn't know it existed. It's coming to you. So anyway, she rocks.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm definitely adding that to our playlist on Monday. Then I gotta play that. It's been so great to see your faces and catch up with you. And congrats on the new record. Obviously, it's coming out a week from this Friday. We love you guys here in Nashville. Can't wait to hang out again and see you on stage.
Thanks for having us, Dan.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
All right.